Hello, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to KCA Productions. Yes, my KCA family. Yes, welcome back to another premium episode of the gist that keeps your screen very hot, hotter than Biggie Stew. This is KCA Productions. Like I said, you know how we do it now. We break down all the goals, the romance, the wala from Bbnaija in the most entertaining way possible. Before I continue, let's pause more. Sure you don't subscribe. Oh yeah, subscribe. Turn on the notification. You know now, gist doesn't get cold here. We serve it hot, spicy, and full of vibes. Yes, where do we start from? Okay, some people have been evicted, some people have, for the first time, I call this like a triple eviction. Big Soso, Ivata, and Doris. Yes, these three housemates were evicted in the Sunday night live week 6 eviction show. Like I said, that's the first triple departure of the season. I mean, I've been waiting like the whole time. You could see this girl Doris was really shocked. I mean, I guess she felt like, she had done the work to stay. I mean, but it doesn't happen like that anyway. Yes, let's go to the main gist. The main gist. Hey, this one, they very hot though. And again, Imisi now. Imisi has to be in the gist. There is no gist without Imisi. This one was Imisi versus Faith again. I mean, okay, so how do I even start? Let's start with context. Big Brother doesn't just give gist, it gives storyline. Yeah, so this week, introduce the bare minimum twist. So imagine living in that mansion, no fridge, no gas cooker, no fancy kitchen, just kerosene stoves like 1990 hostel vibes. Yeah, so kerosene suddenly became like the hottest commodity in the house. Forget gold, forget dollars. Even forget Biggie's money point wallet. Kerosene was the real currency. One drop can actually buy you peace. And trust me, one spill can start World War III, which almost started. So what happened? Okay, now, bang. Faith was like the head of the house for that week, yeah, And you know how head of house, how, that power now. Some of them were abuses, like all these small military governors. But Faith in his wisdom, he appointed, K Bobo and Big Soso as kerosene managers, They would also have chef that would be in the kitchen and all of that. So basically, those one were like the gatekeepers of fire. So nobody cooks unless they approve. And the agreement was that they were always going to cook for the general before anybody tries to cook individually. You know how Imisi does her things now. She doesn't like to do things the way everybody would do it, yeah? So it suddenly appeared that, Imisi, like I was saying, she doesn't bow to constitution, yeah. So she just felt like stove is stove, kerosene is kerosene. Why does she have to take permission to boil water? That was actually how the whole thing started, though. That was how the trouble started. So picture it's like this. They were at the kitchen area, that's the former laundry area, and the housemates were hungry, wala in the hair and all of that. So Imisi just decides to use kerosene without asking, and then Faith sees her. And Faith went to turn off the stove, and then he goes full blown into the, head of the house mode, and he's like, why are you using kerosene without permission? Yeah, that's Faith now. And Imisi, her usual self now, she just started talking. She's like, you are not my father. I don't need permission to cook. From there now, what's glass so both of them just started dragging, the kerosene keg, like two people that were fighting for for last seats in Danfo bus. And then, kerosene poured everywhere. It felt like maybe it was Faith that poured the kerosene all over the kitchen area. But then, it wasn't really clear because the camera was, back and forth. And then it looked like Faith was trying to pour out the kerosene, inside the store to get all of that. And then it was even asking Tracy for assistance. But then, the whole thing just went, haywire, and Jason J, who was already triggered, because of an altercation over batteries with Faith, almost turned it to like a personal aggression thing. Like he kind of transferred aggression, and he was almost beginning to fight Faith too. Almost all of them were, on Imisi's side, because they were like, on this one, you were wrong. You get. So at some point, JCJ was trying to hold Faith. Tema was shouting. Breadmonger was just shaking head. Like, this is madness. But the madness was too sweet. It was too sweet for the camera, to miss. Because I mean, you could literally see that Emisi just held on. And that's one thing about this Emisi. She was just talking, she was just ranting. I really hope that, Big Brother does something, because she was using swear words, she was saying all sort of things at Faith and all of that. And, Big Brother was watching from the CCTV, camera and all of that. So before the kerosene thing would turn to fire disaster, he had to just summon Faith into the diary room. And then Faith was trying to defend himself, like, I was only protecting the house rules now, He disrespected my authority and all of that. But, Biggie, as usual now, no emotion. He just gave his signature deep voice that, Faith, this behavior is unacceptable. But meanwhile in the house, Emisi just kept ranting to everyone that would listen that he thinks he owns the house because he is head of a house and she will not be silenced and all of that. But, we all know why Emisi is doing this thing. Emisi is just angry that Faith is not giving her attention, or Faith turned her down. Because when they were even trying to, shuffle that stuff, Emisi stood right there and she was like, they should even give her chairs, that she will sit down. She will sit down, that Faith thinks he's a tough guy and all of that. But you see, this whole episode is just crazy, and after the clash, the house was divided. Some housemates, some of them sided with Faith, saying rules are rules. Then others felt like Emisi was right. Like, why should adults be begging for kerosene like the secondary school students and all of that? But Rude Boy on his own was like, this fight is childish, Joe. But Bbnaija now, childish fights, that's what makes the best content. Even Ebuka, we use it to pepper them on Sunday. But really, beyond the fight, it just showed us that kerosene wala can be something deeper, and how small resources can actually expose power struggle. But really, I've been thinking, who was wrong? I mean, was it, Faith, the kerosene police, or Emisi, the kerosene rebel? I would like to hear from you guys. So that's it, though, ladies and gentlemen, for today. That's how kerosene nearly became the 25th housemate inside Bbnaija season 10. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think. I mean, drop your hot takes in the comment section. Let's settle this wala like we do for our KCA family. Yes, so subscribe to KCA Productions. So subscribe right now. Subscribe for more premium Bbnaija gist, gbas, and laughter straight from Biggie's house. Yeah, so until next time, make sure you keep your kerosene safe and your gist utter. I'll see you guys soon again. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, see you again next week.